morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, cause it's showtime!
And I wasn't ready. Ouch. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, the morning brew.
Our morning brew got a little small, but we got the crew.
And we are in Studio 8 this morning, and I have my army of ducks.
I've got the queens.
And you notice that my ducks are bigger than your ducks?
Does that necessarily mean
yes,
those
it
that
does.
are bigger win?
That's right.
I'm not so sure.
Bigger is better, baby.
Mine have some history behind them, is all I can tell you.
But, you know, you can either live it old style or you can live it new style. And then I got my shh finger, and now you're making me smaller.
I'm trying to show you REA ducks. We get too much crap in the way.
You got too much stuff
I got stuff in the way? You can't see my ducks? I'll show it like this. I'll show you. I got a whole army of these bad boys on the table. And I've created a wall because Her Highness over here.
Your Highness over here. Not so nice when you don't play nice Mother Nature over the weekend is all I can tell you.
No, I played very nice. I had a great time. I did a little drinking, a little beaching, a little stuff. So my son calls me yesterday and he says, Dad, I wrote $1 million deal with my company and I was drunk. And I says, well, imagine what you could do if you were sober.
Good for him.
I know.
Congratulations.
Now, the funniest thing that happened over the weekend, and I know that you saw it because you commented, is that in 2017 or 18, there was a show that me and Les did when we were the two boys from Brooklyn. This was before the Broads and everything else. And you saw it, right?
Actually, you know what that was? That was not before me. I was on vacation that week.
Was it?
August 2016, I was on vacation that week. And I only know that because of my Tom Hobbit showed me on an airplane the same day that you were. So I was...
So you went to Canada.
I was in Canada that week, and you and Les were on your own, and then you had some fill-ins, but that was the day you were on your own, and Connecticut was on point.
And Connecticut was part of the show. The funny thing about that show is that it was banned in 249 countries. You know how Facebook tells you you're banned?
Really?
How?
Okay, we're gonna give a chance to our board operator to turn on the mics. And where's your microphone?
Right over there.
Okay. So it says banned in 249 countries. Do you want to dispute it? So what am I going to dispute? Right? So why even see the show? It still got 500 hits. I was dying. I don't know. Because Facebook can.
Interesting. I saw that. The other one I saw, you did something on the beach with some, like, fairy water angel thing?
That wasn't at the beach.
What was that?
That was at a bridge at Beaucaire. And that was a psychic.
Okay.
And the girl had the black bag. That was her past. That was all the weight of her past. Okay. And she met the psychic. And did you see how I cleverly made the bag disappear?
Yeah, so I was trying to figure out who that was and what show that was.
That was Calypso Magic. That was Calypso from 18th Street.
Interesting.
And I filmed it at Beaucaire. I got permission to do it. I used to film at Beaucaire a lot. And she was over the bridge. I was on the third hole. And we filmed it on the bridge. And what happened was I didn't know how to edit in those days. So I must have hit a button that made the bag disappear. And then I put a transition and disappeared. And everybody says, wow, Santori, you're a genius. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing.
I didn't know what you did.
So, but you saw that too?
I saw that. That was pretty cool. Because I thought I knew most of your past shows. I did not know that.
No, I did a few commercials for her that were like that. Different. You know, a little bit of... So I put them out to show people, you know, you can, with a little creativity and a little bit of money, you can do anything.
It's funny, when I listen to you, you guys got to watch the show with him and Les. Your voice is exactly the same. You look totally different.
I look different. I look younger.
You look totally different. So happy Monday to you. I'm not even going to ask you how your weekend is and was.
I'm drinking hangover juice.
I'm going to ask Val, because poor Val. Val, I'm glad you're still in one piece because I think we worked you to death over the weekend. His parting words Friday were, don't work her all weekend, as I sent you more stuff to do. And we got more. Good morning. How was your weekend?
Mine was pretty good.
Did you work?
I did on Saturday.
How was the mall?
Wasn't too bad.
No? Busy?
Yeah.
People buying sexy lingerie?
Well, I don't work in Victoria's Secret.
Ah, you work in pink.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have sexy. I always get not confused, but I think they're like one and the same. But
It's
no.
more loungewear.
Loungewear. Active
Women or men?
loungewear.
What do you think?
Women.
There you go.
Oh,
Loungewear. We should
What-
do a show on loungewear. That'd be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
what if men wanted to wear loungewear?
It's sweatpants and a shirt.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Men don't wear that.
You go to Macy's, you go to Kohl's, you go to any other store for that.
I wore sweatpants for 20 years.
Okay, I have a question about your sweatpants, though.
20
they're,
years.
they're laughing right now as I ask you this question. So, Giovanni, if you're listening, do your sweatpants have elastic ankles?
Yes, they did.
Mine do.
Do they?
That's
a lot
what they.
of loungewear does not have elastic ankles on the sweatpants.
That's not loungewear.
What's what?
Those are skippity dooties.
Excuse me?
We used to wear those outside.
Skippity duties?
That's
You
what we
mean
used to call them.
flare legs, wide legs?
Yeah, those are skippity dooties. Skip and the doot.
What do you
Skip
call
and
those
the doot.
boyfriend pants?
I like
boyfriend
boyfriend pants.
We don't have those there right now.
You know, boyfriend
Males-
pants. I'm all about boyfriend
But
pants.
males
It's
don't
all
wear those.
scrunch. It's all elastic at the ankle.
Oh, really? Those are back in, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
They never left. I used to wear
They
gray,
did leave.
gray
They left for a
sweatpants.
little bit.
They left for a little bit.
Gray
And came back.
sweatpants all the time with my little bag,
With your dad bag. With your fanny pack.
little fanny pack.
At the beach.
No, not
You were
the-
psyched to be seen then.
No, my sons used to say to me, "Why are you always?" I must have had 200 pairs of sweatpants. Why are you always wearing sweatpants? I said, "Cause I can. They're comfortable."
Give us a call, 888-994-4995. Let us know how your weekend went.
Yeah, tell us what you did
Vinny,
because I
what'd
saw.
you do?
I kind of did nothing at some parts, but like Saturday I did nothing and did my own thing. Then Sunday I tried to do some designs like you guys saw in the group chat.
Yeah.
But then afterward I got a massive migraine, so I couldn't do much.
You got a massive migraine.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Oh, definitely.
What'd you do? How'd you make it better?
Just slept. It knocked me out at
Were
night.
you drinking?
Nope.
Were you doing illegal activities?
No.
Nope.
Not any.
Not that you would admit to. That gives it dries out the brain. You know that, right? And that's what a headache is. And I know what he was doing. Never mind.
No,
Moving on.
Not Vinny. He would not do that.
Never mind.
So what I'm told is it makes you it puts you in a different state of mind too.
Yeah, I'm sure you were told that. Who
What
told
puts
you
you in a
that?
different state of mind?
It's a different state of mind.
Illegal
What?
activities.
Oh, I thought migraines.
Well,
Migraines
now you
puts
can
in
get a
a
green
bad
card and talk
state.
about smoke all you want. So if you have,
I've never done it.
Anxious.
I wouldn't know.
you have never done it,
Nope.
do me a favor, never do it.
My grandpa died from lung cancer, so I never will.
No,
Oof.
don't do it. If you're paranoid or you have like anxiety, it makes it very bad.
Isn't your grandma's birthday? Wasn't it just your grandma's birthday? How old is she?
90.
Isn't that
My
amazing?
grandpa.
I know, but that's amazing.
Yeah.
Your grandma's 90. She lives on her own.
91.
I'm catching up to her.
I'm going to the beach.
No, that made me youth.
Lobster
Yes.
style is all I can tell you.
I know. I fell asleep in a chair like a freaking idiot.
What beach did you go to?
I don't know, Dawn. I don't know. It was a beach you had water on, and it had no
So,
rocks. No rocks.
All
on it.
of our coasts.
No, some of them don't have water. Some of them have rocks.
I just do not understand your lifestyle. I must
My
say.
beaches don't have rocks.
Your beaches don't have rocks? Where do you go to the beach?
Broward, Hillsborough, Deerfield has some rocks not in the water, and then further south doesn't.
Do you get tired?
Of
Just not of, in general.
Yes.
This woman just keeps going and going and going. She works
She's
two
the
jobs.
Energizer
She goes
Bunny.
to school. She edits on the weekend. I mean, honestly.
She's the Energizer Bunny.
Vinny's laughing. What are you working on?
No, just looking at YouTube, get some creative ideas.
People ask me what Vinny does behind his computer all the time. You know, it used to be
Porn.
Hector that was always behind.
Porn.
It used to be Hector that was always behind the computer. Now it's Vinny. Yes, the ducks have been resurrected. Would you like to know the history of our ducks?
yes.
The history of our ducks is Freddie used to sit so far away from me in our studio, like totally opposite sides. You know when you kick someone under the table, you're like, stop. Someone brought me a duck, and then we did work with one of the kids' foundations in Fort Lauderdale, and they had the duck derby, and they brought me a box of ducks. So I get to line my ducks up, and when he said something he shouldn't say, sometimes I'd say duck and throw it. Other times we would just throw it. And then actually someone told him he should sue me for battery.
I had an
Because-
attorney
Because
call
my
me.
ducks are battering him.
An attorney
A
called
duck
me.
attorney?
And he said to me, you know, that is on the air, she's conducting battery. And I said, no, there's no batteries. Batteries are not included. What are you talking about? He says, well, she's throwing ducks at you. So what happened was they decided to let me fight fire with fire. So they got me bigger ducks. Who got me these?
Mara did. Mara sent you a bag of ducks.
So that I could,
Sopranos did.
so I could protect myself. But these are so big that if I hit Dawn with these bad boys, it's gonna end up killing somebody.
It would hurt somebody. So guess what happened? Speaking of attorneys,
Huh?
Florida bar that was originally scheduled for July 28th and 29th, that was postponed to April 18th, and then they realized it was primary day, and then it was moved to August 19th. I'm sorry, August 18th. It was then moved to August 19th, which in fact is this Wednesday. Came out with a letter last night at 10:45 saying that they have I'm thinking of your son. Their software issued had been hacked, which they knew had hacking issues because 2 other states had the same issue and the same software. So they were going to put a fix in and get new software to be downloaded over the weekend, right? So 48 hours before the most challenging exam of your life makes a whole lot of sense, right? So they get the new software, and lo and behold, it's worse than the first software. So what has the Florida bar then done?
Postpone it again.
They postponed it again.
So it's not Wednesday.
So it is now not Wednesday. It is tentatively set for October, and then they've got all these other provisions allowing all these young men and women that graduated law school to work under supervision with all these other things that they can now do. And it has now been postponed till October or February.
You know, I gotta laugh.
This
I
came
just,
down from the Florida Supreme Court, so this was the ruling of the highest court in the state.
So what? Yeah, you know something? This is all a game. You seen the newest game now with the United Postal Service?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know that it used to take a letter 3 days to get to Puerto Rico
Okay.
from Florida?
What does it
4
take
days
now?
from New York.
A day?
4 days.
No, now.
Now it takes 2 weeks.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah. It has never worked, this system. The post office, and Corpy, I know you work for them with all due respect, has a lot of flaws in it. And it has a lot of people in it that the work becomes so monotonous that you sort of begin to lose a little bit of what's going on around you. I mean, you know, check one, this, and you're doing this all day long and things happen. Okay. Everybody knows that you got Republicans and Democrats in this country. Everybody knows that the Democrats do a lot of fighting. And Republicans sit there like they're all knowing, but
Really?
Republicans vote.
You don't think Republicans fight?
Not the same way. They're not as violent.
They're more violent.
Okay, whatever.
But okay.
But Republicans actually go out and vote.
You're asking for a big
No. This is proven.
bag
This
of
is
trouble,
this
all
is
I
a
can tell
proven
you
fact.
right now.
When Obama got the Democrats to come out and vote, he won.
Vinny, do me a favor, look up percentages of Democrat voters to percentages of Republican voters. Let's fact
That
check
actually
this.
vote.
Yes.
They actually vote.
Let's fact
And
check
you're
this
going to
before I
find
go.
out that the reason that Donald Trump wants to bust up the Postal Service and not have mail-ins is because more Democrats would vote.
Well, we know he wants to bust it up for a reason.
Right, but nobody's talking about the reason.
Well, yes.
It is strange that the House of Representatives has been ordered back from vacation to do something about that, because they know that if they don't have the mail-in vote working, it slights the chances of the Democratic Party winning, which I predict will win anyway. That's my prediction. Don't get mad at me.
Well, we all know the man that sits in the White House does everything for reasons that benefit him.
Well, but it doesn't make a difference what they do. The object of the game here that I find so funny.
And the funny thing is, I'm a registered Republican, so those who think I am whatever, and you and I don't sit on whatever sides we sit on, it is what it is.
But the funny thing about this whole thing is that everybody knows why the system it didn't work. Now the Democrats are hanging their hat on it to work because more Democrats will vote if you have mail-in ballots. I look it up. I guarantee you the numbers don't lie.
Well, I got my ballot 2-3 weeks ago, and every night I say I'm gonna fill it out.
And you never
every
sent
night
it.
I forget, and I did not send it. So now
You have to go in person.
I either have to go in person or there's a drop box in front of the closest one for us is the Delray Beach Civic Center. So there's a drop box, so I can still fill it out and drop it outside without having to go in.
Well, the funny thing
Tomorrow.
is that the head of the
But
postal
now I'm down
service
to I gotta do it.
is a friend of the president that was just elected or made the head of. So they call all the House of Representatives have to be in session today away from the vacation, because I guess they get vacation because they work so hard. Now, they don't call them
You
back.
can't do a Zoom meeting?
Time out. No, because they got to pass legislation. They don't call them back to get stimulus money going. They don't call them back to get PPP money. They don't call them back to talk about schooling. You know, some of the major freaking things that are going on around us, they call them back to get the postal service working. They don't call them back for the other stuff.
Do you know that Martin County went back to school last week and there's already at least 6 classes that have been shut down under quarantine?
I thought I heard a school shut down.
That's probably coming
Georgia. That's the one in Georgia.
1 week they've been in school. 90 confirmed cases so far.
Oh, no. There's over 300,000 confirmed cases.
I just mean in Martin County.
Oh, in Martin County.
In Martin County. They've only
Wait,
been in
Vinny,
school
what do you
Monday
got,
through
Vinny?
Friday last week.
Hold on.
Okay. You got numbers? Looking them up. Now, the funny...
They say at the moment, Democrats is voting more than Republicans. At the moment.
At the moment, what?
Democrats vote more than Republicans.
Yeah. Get this. There are more Democrats registered to vote. This is what Obama did. Obama says if you sign up, you got to vote. And that's why he won. Hillary lost because the Democrats didn't come out in groves. Everybody thought, oh, she got this. And they didn't come out. They let it go on to the next guy. This is why I think the Democrats will win. I don't care if the Postal Service is not working. They're going to win because they're going to come out to vote. There's so much anger.
What a mess to actually...
Although I see that there's more people who are independent, way more. Like 40%.
Really? Is that what it says?
Yep.
You know why? Because nobody likes what's being offered.
So it's 40% independents go out and vote?
That I'm looking up
No.
right now.
That's
No.
what I'm asking him. What he
Yeah,
says.
40% independent registered people.
And how does
but
the
they
other
don't
60%
vote.
break up?
Well, probably it depends on the state of the country. Whatever it's going, it's
You
going.
make this stuff up as you go along.
I don't. Listen, I was
You were what? Pre what?
I was a
You were an auxiliary. I know. I
no.
know.
I got my degree in
On the
government
corner of
government
Cumming
economics.
and
I was
Going Street.
what the hell did I study at NYU?
I don't know.
Government politics or whatever it's
Political science.
political science.
And then you were pre-med? How'd you like the
was
corner of
pre-med
Coming and
first.
Going Street? That's the new street you worked on.
Which one?
Coming and Going.
No. That'd be ridiculous. But I just laugh that the House is in session and they're asking the Senate in session because they want to do an investigation on the guy running the postal service, right? Since when is that more important than resolving some of the issues of schools, of stimulus check, unemployment? I mean, they broke up and they didn't even come to an agreement on that. So, because I ain't running for president, I would like everybody to vote everybody out of Congress out. Everybody, from Nancy Pelosi down to the other guy, whatever his name is, Mondale, whatever his name is, Modal, whatever, from New York, all of them. If you got rid of all of them and we started all over again, would the country would it benefit the country?
Val.
Huh.
Huh?
Get rid of everybody, all your politicians, and start over. Would that be a good solution or a bad solution? That means no experience in in Congress.
Maybe a little both. I think
It's
so.
very logical.
Why, a little both? That's like playing both
That's
sides.
like being a little pregnant.
I see both the pros and the cons in it.
Exactly. You see both sides of it.
I mean,
Which is why
I just
I am an independent.
Are you? I
most
think my son is also.
most young kids are. I spoke to some Democrats yesterday and I asked them, how do you like Biden as president? And they told me they don't. And I told you that when they announced the lady Harris for vice president, you should not like your vice president better than your presidential candidate.
Well, here's the problem, in my opinion. They needed a candidate that actually had a chance with background
It has nothing to do with
to
that.
try and go up against our current, as a party, to run against our current seated president. And he's the one that came out,
The young
As he
guy
did.
from California should have ran.
and then, because you like him or you don't like him, if you don't like him, then you need someone that you're gonna like, because you figure a ticket together is going to be, the whole is greater than
He
the sum
should
of the
never
parts.
have brought in somebody he debated against. That's just, they're real
But he
politics.
needed a woman,
And you the other
and he
women.
needed a minority woman.
Why don't you, first of all, don't say the word need, but okay. I mean, I understand what you're trying to say, but it's not about need. It's about political stance.
The political
But
stance
why
of the
can't
party
you get
needed as many
another
votes as they
person
could.
that not run against him? That's why they rumored the mayor from Atlanta. Oof, that would have been disastrous as a candidate. But there are other black Americans here that did not debate against him that could have been picked.
Michelle Obama. Although Michelle Obama came out
She
and
won't.
said,
She
I
won't.
know, I'm kidding with you.
She should have been.
Did
That
you
would
see
have been.
Jane Pauley yesterday came out and talked about her minimal depression?
She has minimal depression?
And then she said,
I heard she was an alcoholic. Is that true?
that I don't know. All I know is what she talked about yesterday morning on TV, that she wrote a book and in the early 2000s she was minimally depressed, which I guess there's a sliding scale, and that Michelle Obama came out a couple
She's
weeks
the-
ago and
yeah.
said the same thing, and
I
then
saw
this whole
that.
discussion is, all because you're a celebrity in the public eye and all of these things doesn't mean that things don't affect you, doesn't mean you don't have a level of anxiety or depression, and you become someone that you can look up to say, you know what, there's some options, and it's not just you. None of us suffer alone. It just shows you that everybody's got something going on.
Well, if you don't have anything going on right now around you with everything that's going on, take a pulse. See
Be
if
like
the
you, go
body's
to the
alive.
beach and drink all day.
But I'm depressed. I want to get soothed.
And did it soothe your
It
soul?
burns good.
Did it soothe your soul? What
It
was your
did.
drink of choice? Oh, that makes me sick to my stomach.
Vodka, more vodka, and a little bit more vodka.
Yes, Cled says you need the Latino vote where it counts. Latino vote does count.
Your light is on.
And Amy says vote for my what's on?
Your light.
And how'd that even happen? Amy says vote for Freddie, 100%.
Woo. I will tell you, and everybody that votes for me will get one of these, so we can point out all of those that didn't.
How did I turn my light off without, I don't even know how I turned it on. All this technology, and then I don't know how to get back to where I gotta get back to, that's all I can tell you. I think they need to come out with new software for your iPhones that recognizes your eyes. It's gonna be retina, this is my opinion. It's going to be retina reading because it cannot do facial recognition with a mask. Have you noticed that? You cannot open your phone with your mask on anymore because it does not have facial recognition of it. Which means they're gonna have to come up with a new software that just does whatever it recognizes. Maybe it's your retina, it's your eyes, it's your vascular system. It's gonna be something that works that way. Don't you think?
I don't have any solution for that.
I don't know how I feel about that, honestly.
Yeah, how do you feel about it? Why not?
Maybe it's good, but maybe it's not good at the same time.
What about? What would be good and what wouldn't be good?
Pros that, like, the phone goes to you, only go for you. Like, anyone try to steal it or take it, cannot do anything about it. You know, unless they take the battery out and restart the whole thing. Then it'll suck. But the con is that I heard a lot of news that different companies takes, like, data from you, basically, even your facial structure and everything, so not a big fan of that.
You're not a big fan of the facial recognition.
Yeah.
So let me get this right. You don't want Big Brother to be watching.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have your driver's license, you don't want your picture taken either.
Yeah, I know where you're going with that, but yeah.
That's number one. Number two, if you get a COVID test and they have your DNA now you're in the federal system. How you feel about that?
That is, honestly, I'm respected that, honestly.
Do you know how many criminals they have caught? Because when you cross a toll now, they take your picture, they take the plate, and if you're on a list, whether it's child support or anything, instant you're caught.
Yes, valid the question. She's raising her hand.
Zach's neighborhood, or his grandma's neighborhood, they actually put up a gate specifically for that. It's not like a gate for like residents or guests or whatever, like a private community, because it's like the neighborhood's essentially off the intercoastal, but they put up a gate with a camera so that way they could catch people coming in because apparently there are break-ins and robberies and stuff like that in the neighborhood, which it's not a bad
So
neighborhood.
there's 3 gates?
There's one gate.
Oh, they just put the camera up.
They put a camera and a gate up, and as the cars come in and out, it scans the license plate and automatically goes to the police station, like instantly,
Wow.
and they'll catch it.
Turn all the games now.
All of
But
them?
All of them. Because we got to find out why we're having the sound noise. But the funny thing about it is that they've always used the system when you pay a toll anywhere in Florida. And I know this for a fact because I know some people that got caught that I used to work with. And in that sense, it works. Right? If you're a criminal, you should be caught.
Right.
It should.
But what happens when something goes too far?
True that.
Ah, and there you have it. What happens when Big Brother takes
Better.
it too far?
Very nice.
When there's no privacy
Nice job,
anywhere?
Then again, I watched a lot of movies. I read some books, so I'm
Raised-
paranoid about that
raised-
too. Like Terminator,
Raised what?
Skynet thing. I'm paranoid about that also.
They're all raised.
Okay, good. Okay.
When Big Brother's watching it, raise the fader, they tell me. Darth Vader. Our executive producer
Sounds
told me
fine.
over the weekend, it's the
But I don't know, I get why, I get a little bit teed off when you start listening, and everything is about money. You know, taking the bar, there's money.
Well, I don't even know what's gonna happen with that because all this coursework that you took since May and paid for an extension, what? Do you now have to continue to pay this bar prep course? Do you stop?
No.
Do you assume you know it because now
They should keep giving you tests.
for free?
Well, for free, you pay for it. It ain't your fault that the system doesn't work.
Well, therein lies the society of where we are, capitalism. Who
So-
can make more money on what? And then if you don't take till February, do you have to start all over and do a whole nother bar course for thousands of dollars? Or are you assuming that you have enough? I mean, this is, you know there's gonna be a class action lawsuit just because they're all attorneys. So you know there's gonna be
So
something.
let me
going down.
ask you something that was pointed out to me. When you go for a job, let's say you gotta become a lawyer, right? After the celebration, you go out for a job, and they're gonna ask you what year did you graduate, and you're gonna put 2020. Do you think that people, companies that are hiring are going to be suspicious of the graduate bar of the bar for that year?
Well, I talked about this over the weekend, and as a layperson, you think, yes, they would be suspicious and say, oh, you didn't take the bar was modified, whatever.
The whole nine.
However, the attorneys I spoke to this week and said, no one's gonna think anything, it is what it is, this is not one person, this has been the collective. How about doctors that have graduated that can't take
Same
their
thing,
boards?
same
Does that
thing.
mean they're less of a doctor?
I heard companies are suspicious.
It's not anyone's fault though, this is the nature of where it is. Does that mean you are less of a doctor,
it-
less of a surgeon, if you don't sit and write that exam the same way? Because the medical the medical boards have all been canceled as well.
Dawn, let me tell you something. When I went to NYU to become, and I was a pre-med student, there was 250 kids in this auditorium,
Uh-huh.
right? And the professor gets up there and he says, "Congratulations on becoming pre-med." Blah 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 blah. All this nonsense. And he says to me, "Look to your left, and look to your right, because those two people will not be here at the end of 4 years. Hopefully, you will be the one standing." Now, can you imagine? They went from 250 people to 25 or 30 at the end of 4 years. And then when you fail your medical exams and everything else after 8 years, right? Because you got to take another 4. From that 25, only 3 made it. 3.
That's not true.
It is true. In the day. I don't know how it is today.
Yeah.
In the day. My uncle went to, and then you begin to fly all over the country, all over the world to
For your
become a doctor.
residencies.
To become a doctor. My uncle went to Spain. I know people that went to Venezuela. I know people that went to Santo Domingo. The problem is trying to get back here, taking the test and passing it.
Correct.
That is the issue. So it's always been a who's who of who, right? When I went to NYU, it was $250,000 a year. You think they ain't making money?
But I can tell you, residencies have started, even though all the graduates that graduated from medical school, residencies started July 1. And these young men and women are working.
But it's
And they cannot take their boards because they continue to be postponed and postponed.
I
and
couldn't
postponed.
become a doctor. I cannot become a doctor.
Yeah, it's not your thing though.
No. They sent me up to a hospital at NYU Medical, and I went up there. and they put me in the kids ward accidentally. I says, I can't do this. I can't, because you got to put your feelings to the side, and I couldn't do it.
Lawyers too. It's going to be a whole lot of stuff coming down.
The
It's gonna
lawyers
be
are
interesting.
passionate. They fight.
You know what I think that, in my opinion, what they should have done? All of these young men and women who went to law school, they all went to a school to become lawyers to graduate this year. The schools were willing in the state of Florida, all except two, and those two shall remain nameless, were willing to have the students come back, take their bar in separate rooms, not in one auditorium. So you take over the entire law school. So say there's 250 kids. You put 10 in a room. You need, again, our math situation, you need what, 11 professors or administration? The Florida bar gives the bar as it was supposed to be given in these rooms. So now you've got social distancing. They take the bar as it is, they get submitted and done.
I would do 10 a day until they get through it. So it takes you 25 days. So what?
Doesn't even have to take over 25 rooms.
But so what? And
One
if you,
building in a law school.
and what
on an
happens
entire
if you
campus.
can't make it that day, or something happens on the way to that day? You miss your turn.
That's what the bar was always anyway. You had to go to a centralized location. They put thousands of people in one location, and that was what you had to do. So with enough planning, you return
could've done
to
that.
the law
You
school
could've
of
done
your
that.
where you went, because that you know your professors, they know you. Everything has been vetted.
Not even if they know you, forget about that. There's a room, here's the address, 10 people show up for day 1, day 2, day
That's
3,
what I'm
day
saying, and that
7
should
days.
have been going forward. This didn't just happen.
Agreed.
This started in March, right? So they had all this time until July, and then till August to say, you know what, this is our backup plan. But you can't
Well,
give
hold on.
48
The
hours.
bar has 2 parts you have to take.
Well, they already canceled one of the parts.
Oh, so it's only 1 part now?
Well, for this year it was only supposed to be 1 part because they didn't have the 2 days. And even that got messed up. So, and all I can do is think of your son who writes programs, who knows computers, and you think whoever they hired to rewrite these programs, for the medical board also, not just law school, the company's got millions and millions of dollars to write this code.
You see the
and it wasn't
unemployment
right.
company? The company
I
they
mean,
picked to do the
yes.
millions.
And it
It
doesn't,
doesn't
work.
work.
So does that mean you have to give the money back if
No.
it doesn't work?
No.
So what is that all about?
Because the program works for 50 people. It doesn't work for 500 million people.
Think about that. And the hackers are clearly smarter than the programmers.
Or there's no server big enough. It's the problem. The back end is too small. But you know, I mean, it is all about the mighty dollar.
Yes.
You know, that's what it all comes down to.
It's just an unbelievable
I
situation.
could print
that
you.
we're
I
in.
could print you a law degree for $50.
But you know what I saw someone actually posted? They said this is even though it's bad what we're all going through, this massive worldwide pandemic, the positive side is it's a worldwide pandemic and we are all fighting the same thing. We are all in this collectively. We're not all in the same boat, I understand. We are collectively in this as a world. So someone wrote that was a positive spin.
What I laugh about is the system has always been broken. There's
It's a
always
little
been
broken.
issues, and now all of a sudden we're pointing at the broken system. The school system broken, teachers broken. Teachers want to go to work. Of course they want to go to work. What else are they gonna do? I saw over the weekend. Did you see what's happening with the 2,300 per professional sports team? It costs it's 2,300 people that work every game.
Any
Average
sport?
at all sports.
Okay.
2,300.
But that's why I asked you about the bubble the other day, the NBA bubble. That
Hold on,
means
we're gonna
how
get to
many
that.
people are in the bubble.
We're gonna get to that. I'm talking about in general when it was normal. There were 2,300 people that worked a game. So they had a guy in Wrigley Field. His daughter has autism. He has no money coming in. He doesn't know what he's going to do. He was trying to survive on stimulus and unemployment. I guess it works there. It doesn't work here. And he stands in front and he says, "My God, we are all struggling. Why can't the powers that be listen? This is what I'm upset about. They can call Congress back, but not for the major deals of what's going on. Billions of dollars are being lost. $8.3 billion are being lost because sports, it hires a lot of people. And all that is gone by the wayside.
So do you think some of the players should forego some of their money and help support? Are you okay?
What's the matter?
I thought I lost her audio, so she's.
You know, you're gonna have to stop because you're making me very nervous.
Do you think some of the players
hold
should
on.
lessen their
The
salary to
NBA
help employ?
The NBA has contributed to the fact that you know that in the NBA they're in a bubble, right? It's not a bubble, it's the number of bubbles.
Oh, it is?
And
Aren't
they do
all
a,
up in Disney?
yes, but there's multiple complex because you can't keep everybody under one bubble. Okay. So they came up with the saliva exam. Did you see it? In 24 hours, you get the results. And that's what they've been using in the NBA.
And it's cheap, they say like
$10 a
Yeah.
pop, right? Okay, here we go. Are you ready now? I saw a sign, $190 to get an exam. $190. NBA, $10. It ain't about the money? Really? Really?
Well,
Come
which is
on now.
approved by the FDA, this new one.
Now, come on now. It ain't about the money. Nah, not at all. Not at all. Because we can have a pandemic as long as people are making money. So, I noticed that the hamburgers from the different food chains have gone from this, and where's the
My
beef?
question is, how did you know that? How did you notice that? Have you been eating the hamburgers
I've been
from
weighing
the
them.
different food chains?
I've
That
been
means
weighing
you've been getting them and looking
Just
at
to weigh
them
them.
and weighing them and eating them?
That's right, and I take pictures and I can see they are shrinking. They went from 8 ounces to 6 ounces, those they're going down to 5 ounces now. Okay? I had my company come to get rid of my bugs in my house.
This is why he's upset, by the way.
Oh, I'm
Oh, I
livid.
know.
This
I'm
is why
livid.
he's
Livid. So I get up this morning. First of all, when they came to the house, they used to use a hose and they used to drench the house because I live on a lake and they got rid of the bugs. Right? The guy comes with a little hose like this. He goes, so I said to him, excuse me, what are you doing? He says, I spraying your house. I go, I've been here 10 years with this company. What is that? That doesn't get rid of the bugs. Do you know I have bugs here that are like Cadillacs? You can't use that. You gotta come in with the army. No, this is the new way with the new company. It's more stronger. So he made a line on my porch. I woke up to an army of bugs today. And this has been going on for days. You ever take a shower with a bug?
Freddie's a little bug phobic.
You ever take a shower with a
He's
bug?
a little bug phobic.
I popped my hip, dodging the bug, dancing with me in the tub. I am very upset, and they're getting
Do
a
the
phone
waltz
call.
with the little, with the roach?
The what?
A waltz? Was it a roach or palmetto?
Palmetto.
Yeah,
And they
those-
looked like the city of Palmetto. It was
Yeah,
this
the
big.
palmettos are like this big with the legs.
And it,
And they fly.
and they make a noise when they walk. Any bug makes a noise when it walks. You know she's carrying.
I just don't like it. Really?
I didn't know that.
He made that up. What noise do they make? I don't like it when they die and they die on their backs and there's always like poop underneath it. That to me is like really. I
No,
don't mind
if
picking
they
up the
die on
bug,
their
it's the
back,
poop.
they get the shoot.
I don't mind picking them up. I'm really not afraid of them
I
at
spent the
all.
whole morning going after bugs. I didn't have one. I didn't have two. I didn't have three. They were all over the
It's
place.
the poop they leave on the ground.
So they liked whatever he sprayed.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently, it was sugar they sprayed, right?
Like
So
that thing
I
down there.
told Linda, you better call today. Otherwise, I'm showing up. I'm gonna go down to the place. I'm calling those that will care. I'm gonna tell them.
I have a thing in my wall that eliminates bugs.
In
It's
your
a thing
wall?
we
Sound
plug
thing?
in.
That don't work.
It does.
That doesn't. It
No?
makes my cats deaf.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, and I got 2 cats. And you figure this in Puerto Rico, cats in Puerto Rico, you don't have a bug for
You got
miles.
Boca cats.
I know what?
Boca cats.
I know they walk around like
Boca
this.
cats are not
Where's
fun.
my food? You have a little water for me? I
Where's
got the
my food
most.
and where's my pee pee pad? I don't like my
I
litter
got
box
the
cats. Is
worst
what you
cats
got.
I've ever seen.
You
They,
got Boca cats.
they
and pee-pee
run from
pads.
the bugs.
Mhm.
What the hell is wrong with
My
this?
cats eat the bugs.
Your cats eat the bugs.
I need to borrow your cat.
Oh, you can have 'em.
No, I don't want them.
I
I
have a
have
cat.
2. I'll give you
I have
mine.
a cat that pees on everything too, so you can keep him.
I could tell you why it does that.
Oh, I know. We changed the litter.
No, forget about the litter. Buy a pee-pee pad, and they will go on the pad.
Nope.
And you train them that way, and they eventually, now he's using the box. This cat of mine is psychologically
Cats
crazy.
are smarter than you is what it looks like. They've outsmarted you. They don't kill the palmettos. They don't use the litter box. They've got you running around the house. You could be like a whole cartoon. Watch Freddie run around the house
Tom and
after
Jerry.
the cats.
First
Tom
of
and
all,
Jerry.
it's not funny.
Freddie and Casper.
I think I dislocated my right hip. I'm very upset. Very upset. And I told the guy before he left, if you don't go get the regular hose and spray this thing down, I'm going to have bugs. And if I have bugs, I am going to become your worst nightmare. And he gave me his card. I have his card with his number. And I am going to put this on social media, and I am going to blow this up nasty. Nasty. I don't play when it comes
That's
to bugs.
not nice. That means you're becoming a senior citizen.
Oh, here we go again.
Young people don't do things like that.
Yes, they do.
No.
You like bugs?
No.
You like to wake up and when your feet hit the ground, you got roaches on your feet? You like to take a shower with water bugs? They're flying all over you?
Yeah, but not destroy. Yeah, not destroy the people who try to help.
Thank you very much.
Destroy. I gave him a chance to do it right. I asked him. I didn't even come and do the show
I
because
know.
of
You know
it.
what's going to happen? You're going to miss another show because of it.
I don't care what's going to happen because now we're at war. Now, I am collecting all of those bugs in a bag, and when he comes, I'm going to put them in his car.
Wow.
I've done this before.
You are a sick man.
Oh, I am
You gotta,
sick.
you gotta film yourself doing all this.
Oh,
I
I
will
am
be there to
sick.
film you. I'm like,
Film him. He is not a normal functioning man.
You know what it is to let 100 palmettos go in your car? I don't think he would like it either, right? You don't like it? You don't like it?
Or do you have like 5?
I have 6 right now in a bag.
You're-
Some are good,
you
some
got-
are missing a leg.
so what you're doing is
Still
again?
my mother. What
I'm
you do is
calling
you
them
ask
today,
them.
and if Linda doesn't call today, I will be calling today. And when the guy comes, I'm going to take a jar that they're in. I'm going to go to his car, and I'm going to crack it open in his car. I says, now you deal with it. Let me see you spray that little wine. Hey, let me give it me. I'm killing the bugs. I'm going to kill you.
So they tell I've got this mosquito company because I don't have those. I've got mosquitoes, and then
You don't even have water.
I guess it's all the trees.
Because you have a pool, right? They don't hibernate in the pool. You got
I
chlorine
think
in
it's
it.
the trees. I don't know where they come from, but I've got crazy mosquitoes. So I've got this company, the Mosquito Hunters. It's like the Ghostbusters. And apparently they come. I'm never there when they come. They're the nicest people. They always let me know when they're coming. They'll be there within a certain time. They come. They tell me covered, because Chelsea's home sometimes in hoods and masks and these big spraying guns, and they spray the walls and the doors and the sliding doors, everything.
And
in
you
the
still have
backyard.
mosquitoes?
Yeah, some mosquitoes.
Can I
So, you know what I
tell you
do?
what you do?
I spray myself with bug spray and then I go outside.
You know, they have those canisters and they have the little torches, tiki torches. Light up 20 tiki torches around your house.
Okay.
In a week. You gotta do it every day. In a
Okay.
week they'll be gone.
Okay.
You have water somewhere underneath the trees. Alright.
Crash.
And there's a big crash also.
Hmm.
Now I want to get before the show's over. I want to talk to you what happened when I went to some of the restaurants. Some of our friends were there, and of the app.
I gotta tell you, people do not feel sorry for you about your bugs.
Why?
Because you go to the beach, you go to the app, you go to
Nobody
these
said
fancy
that.
restaurants.
People tell me to go to war.
No, nobody's saying that. But I'm wondering why Slick is watching with us and he's not here is my question.
Yeah, he's watching.
And he's commenting,
He's doing
so
Amber.
Slick, where are you?
Slick, you want
Unless he's in there.
Slick, I'm gonna get.
Peter.
No, that's Peter's
Peter.
in there. I'm gonna get a bug for Slick. Now, how do you like me to bring you a bug, a live bug, as a gift?
Bugs don't really bother me.
Okay.
What about coons?
Coons? Yeah,
Raccoons.
I'm not big on raccoons.
No.
I've got a raccoon
I
problem.
don't.
They're in my backyard every day.
They
Raccoons
destroy your
have-
attic.
You know what's happened with this pandemic? A lot more nature and wildlife has come out. The iguanas, you know iguanas jump?
Yes.
They like fly, they leap apparently across trees is what I've been told.
Yes.
Never knew.
I had a flock of iguanas.
Of course you did.
Well, 'cause you live on the water. That's why.
So I chased them and I drowned them in the pool. But that took too
Ooh.
long.
Again, so kind to animals.
Well,
Right to this man and not to
they
me.
were destroying my flowers and everything and destroying the
I heard
attic.
iguanas are destroying people's
Houses.
vegetation and everything.
And,
yeah.
and they get in your attic and they eat your wire. So what I was told was you go to Home Depot and you buy a $50 cage and you put a banana in there and it captures them.
Interesting.
And then you shoot them in the head with a BB gun. That's the part I didn't want to do because you got to get rid of this carcasses, the carcasses. What is that called?
The carcasses, yeah, the bodies.
I
So
don't
I
wanna
went
do
to a friend's
Corpse?
over the weekend.
The carcass.
Corpse.
Corpse, thank you.
Yes. So when you kill the iguana, you put them in a black bag. I didn't want to do that. So I ended up not doing it. So what I did is I
They told me they got a
restrung.
BB gun.
What?
They told me they got a BB gun.
You get a BB gun, but you have to capture them. You ain't gonna hit an iguana on the roof.
They told me they've never hit it.
No. If you get the kid, who told you?
People, the friends I went to over the weekend,
Yeah, tell
the
them to
iguanas
go-
are eating their plants.
You go to Home Depot. It costs $50. You get the cage. You put a banana in it, and you will capture the iguanas. And then you keep doing it and doing it. Now, what you do with the carcass after it, you can let it go somewhere else, somebody
Can
else's
you call
house.
wildlife to come pick it up?
No, they won't pick it up
Why?
because they're not considered a wildlife creature. You have to dispose of it
They're
yourself.
endangered.
They're endangered.
They're not native to Florida.
You could capture all of them and then take them to the Everglades if you want. All I know is I don't have any now. Oh, that bothers you. Iguanas don't bother me.
Iguanas bother me.
Iguanas don't bother. Didn't you have to scoop one up because somebody ran it over in front of our place?
Yes.
I wasn't doing that.
I know. I'm the cleanup crew, all of it. You
There
would
are
never
certain-
think this little 5-foot person of me
There are certain
with a
lines.
wand actually cleans up after you.
Certain lines I do not cross.
I do clean up after
Vinny
you.
will clean it up. Vinny, you got no problem shoveling an iguana in a bag, right? That's smothered, that's like squashed.
I don't think I could do that.
You don't think you could do that?
No,
Why?
I never done it honestly.
I had to close my eyes and just go by the feel of it because I couldn't look. Because I was
Close
like-
your
I had to just close
I
my
hate
eyes
the-
and feel it.
I hate the feel of it.
I did have a dead possum outside of my house once,
Ugh.
and I could not figure out. It was in front of my bathroom window, and I couldn't figure out the smell. I thought my shower was bad. There was mold. I could not figure out where the smell was coming from. And I walked outside, and there was a dead possum, and that I couldn't do. So one of my neighbors, I had to have him come over and get it for me. And no one would come dispose of it. Wildlife wouldn't dispose of it. Nothing.
No, I told you, you got to get rid
And
of
this was a
yourself.
possum. You had to get rid of it yourself.
You put it in a black bag, you tie it up, put it in the garbage.
That's what I did.
That's what they told me to do.
That's exactly
But
what
I didn't
did.
want to do that
The
because
smell was horrible.
they stink, it dies, and they only come get the garbage on Tuesday and Friday. I don't think it's going to live through. So over the weekend, if you kill them, you have to wait till Tuesday to pick them
I
up.
didn't kill it. It killed itself somehow. I think it ate something from the bug man. I don't know. This was years ago.
Then I had a problem with rats in the house.
You got all sorts of problems.
And I had to get people to come in, so they put the glue traps with the peanut
I
butter.
don't know. I've got blue jays and cardinals and butterflies. You've got rats.
No,
and
I got
roaches
blue
and
jays. I got all
iguanas.
of that. I got
I
every
understand
bird.
my side of nature. I got woodpeckers. I got all that stuff.
It's funny because I gotta get the roof fixed. I got a prehistoric dinosaur bird. The size, the wingspan is the size of this table. I don't know what it is, and it must have laid like an egg up in the attic. And I have a mesh there. I don't even know what the hell it's doing up there. But this thing goes, wah! My
turkey
goodness
vulture.
gracious! What?
It's a turkey
No,
vulture.
no, it's white.
An egret. Or a
That
crane.
big? It's the size of a crane, a human crane. It's huge. Has an 8-foot, and it glides. And when it glides, it looks like
Oh,
the
that's
sun. It glides.
beautiful. They're
I have a
beautiful.
bird sanctuary.
I have 10 of them.
Oh my God! And then
And they eat everything on the grass.
I had otters.
You have an otter?
I have otters, a family of
Or you-
otters.
If you don't need to go to your local zoo, just call Freddie, 1-800-ZOO.
I do. I have a local zoo. I have otters. I got blue jays. Then the blue jay, one day I was coming out of the house, the garage, and she's screaming. So I get up and I said, what's the matter? And there was a blackbird trying to get into the blue jay's nest, and she was screaming at me. So I got a broom and I hit the blackbird. I did hit him, and he left. And she looked at me calmly, and she went back to her nest. All of a sudden, they don't leave.
Well,
I got
because you
tons
saved
of
her
blue
now.
Tons of them. Blue jays. I got a pair of cardinals, which are beautiful. I got every freaking species you can think of. And what is up with the blackbirds that come in at 4 o'clock
AM or PM?
p.m.?
I don't know.
Blackbirds.
It's a big blackbird, and they come and they fly from the west, and they hundreds of them. They used to go to my house. Remember the movie The Birds? That movie, scary movie when no one
Yes,
birds.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now they go to the guy's house across the way. I says, thank God. What is that?
You're very busy. You're making me a lot of agita, a lot of anxiety. This is your life? I would drink heavily too.
I had snakes in the pool.
I would totally drink heavily.
You remember snakes in the pool?
Freddie Zoo, 1-800-FREDDIE Zoo.
I'm hanging in the pool and a snake slithers
Ah.
across my back.
Ah, my
So I ran into the house. I didn't want to go to the pool. I didn't go to the pool for a month. So then Zane and Sarah came over and they're making fun of me. Ha ha, you're afraid you're a snake. Ha ha. And Zane is at the same place I was, and the snake comes out of the same hole and slithers across his back, and he runs for the hills. Right? So when he goes, because God don't like ugly, ladies and gentlemen. When he goes home, you know how they have the cameras on the front door?
Yeah.
There was a snake that went across his front door, and he started jumping up and down like he saw Hiroshima coming. And Sarah shared that video with us. We would die. We put it to music. Oh, it's hilarious. You're afraid of snakes?
I'm not afraid of them, I just don't like them. We saw a spider the other night. The web was tremendous. I don't even know how my girlfriend saw it. The spider was this big. It had to be one of those black recluse.
Oh,
It
that-
had red legs.
Yeah, it's a recluse that could get you very bad.
There's a park, I think it's Hugh Birch. The spiders are literally like this big.
Birch State Park. Oh my gosh.
This big.
Don't
big
go
as
there.
I haven't been to that park since I was a kid. I can't believe that park is around still.
They
It's
renamed
amazing.
it. They renamed it. I don't remember what it is.
What
But
about when people have pet tarantulas and they have pet
Oh.
snakes and they have pet.
God.
I dated a girl one time. I
Bearded
went to her house.
dragon.
All she has was that crap.
bearded
Yes.
dragons.
I
Bearded
saw-
dragons. Those are pets now too, right?
It's
Mm.
disgusting. I said, you know what? I don't want to be with you. You disgust me now. What the? Never to be heard of again. It's
Amazing.
disgusting.
Val, I got to ask you tonight. You are live on WWNN Radio at 7:00.
Mhm.
Who is your guest?
Stacy Hoagland from
We-
Autism Society of Florida.
Autism Society, Florida. Nice. She's doing VMix,
Yep.
and where you can talk about.
Autism, and then just how to deal with going back to school and not going back to school.
Okay.
Because that's a big effect on them.
It's a big thing that's going on. Do they need help? Do they need? Yeah, we're gonna find out. See if
We're
we
gonna
can
find
help them out.
Now I have to lay in. Now that we talk about helping, I gotta let people in. My partner here could not find the church to drop off the sandwiches.
I found it.
Now the church happens to be the size of a football field, but she couldn't find it because she used to be an Uber driver. So when she gets there at 12 o'clock, she tells me there's nobody here. I said, okay. And then there's a guy with no shirt says, oh, you go up there, they're going to help you.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. They
And-
came out 12:04. They were amazing.
And they picked up the sandwiches. Now, she says we have a lot of peanut butter and jelly left. So I figure Friday we go again and do it again.
Yep, I just gotta go get some.
Do you want
some
me
bread.
to deliver it? See, the problem
And
is,
now I know where it is. Now I know the
how
protocol.
did you keep them cold?
The refrigerator.
I don't have enough. I only have one. You have 2 refrigerators, right? I only have 1.
Yes, I have a refrigerator for all the food that gets delivered to my house, and then slowly by the days I move it from that back refrigerator. I either move it to the either microwave or the front refrigerator.
Peanut
So
butter
yes.
and jelly's non-perishable. You don't have to keep them cold.
Yeah, I don't think you do, but I did. I put the box in the refrigerator. It was really easy and it's incredible. We did 55 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches only because we ran out of bread. There's plenty more peanut butter and plenty more jelly.
We
You
ran
just-
out of bread at 55.
I guess I only had 6 loaves. In the end, we didn't count because Amy took it to feed the birds. So theoretically, we would have had 60 sandwiches, but the end we didn't
We
really
wanted to
use.
give up 100 sandwiches.
I didn't buy 10 loaves of bread, so I'll go back and buy more bread. Well, I've got enough peanut butter left that
Hold
we
on,
can
hold
make
on.
100.
You know 1, 2. Can you count to 10?
Let me. You really want to go there on air live? You want to have this conversation
No,
with
no,
me?
I
What
just
happened
want to
on
know what
Friday?
happened.
Do you want to know what happened on Friday? I told you when I go shopping, I don't take shopping carts
Oh, you were carrying the 10 loaves and the peanut butter too.
and
Good.
the jelly
You carried all that by hand.
and the tablecloth and the napkins.
By hand?
Yes.
By
I can't
hand.
even
Yes.
fit that much on my arms.
So what happens is I can only carry as much that fits in my arms, and apparently I guess I can only fit 6 loaves of bread in my hand.
6 loaves of
I
bread.
balanced everything, and then
4 cans of peanut butter.
you can
More.
hold the bags of bread between your fingers.
I can't believe that you carry all that supplies by hand.
I don't
No
believe
way.
I don't do carts at the grocery stores anymore. So
Why is that?
germs. Honestly, I'm just saying germs.
So why don't you just wear gloves?
That would be a good idea, actually.
That's a good idea. You didn't think about that.
I don't keep gloves with me anymore.
And you can take a little alcohol with you if you're really
So
germaphobe.
this week I'm gonna go in and pick up more bread. We've got a lot of peanut butter and a lot of jelly, so we're gonna make more. So it's really, really simple, and this was brought to you by Kids in Capes, which is one of the shows that we air on our Saturday Kids Television Network, and they air on Thursday evenings at 7:30 on WWNN Radio. And it's about giving back to the community. So any type of sandwiches that you wanna make, turkey, cheese, bologna, whatever it is, peanut butter and jelly or jelly, St. Gregory's Episcopal Church. It's right behind Meisner Park. Now it's really easy. It's on 2nd Avenue and Meisner Boulevard. I never knew there was a church there. Really, you go at 12, not before 12. There's no line. You go, they take it out of your trunk. They thank you. They are gracious. They are mass. They are amazing. And then you just leave. But now that I understand how to do it, it is really that simple. You drive, you wait, they come out, they get it, and you go.
Well, one of the things we want to also do is we would like to, on Fridays, invite anybody who wants to participate. We'll put up the manpower. If you get us the ingredients, and we'll put stuff together just to send it over there. And it would be nice to see this thing grow beyond 100, 55 sandwiches. It'd be nice to see it grow if the community wants to go out and do something. I saw that they're having drives now for different different organizations, like the ballpark people. They did a drive for them. They did a drive for first responders. They did a drive for people that work in restaurants. They have no work. There's nothing. And they're trying to just put money, foods together to give them out as well. And we can, they even said that we can do it here. We go and get permission from the precinct down the street, and if you want to do a drive up here, because we have a circular piece, we could do it as well. Or just give it to the church and let them handle it. So whatever it is that you want to do, let us know. We are more than happy to put something together on Friday.
Yeah, so we did. Lenny Marine is watching too, so I'm wondering if that means Lenny's coming in or not.
Lenny's here.
Lenny's here. Okay, Lenny's watching from the other room. Gotta love it. We're gonna change this from studios today. Good morning, Lenny.
Hey, Lenny,
Yes, sir.
I got my red mask.
You got it, okay.
I
It's
did
been
not.
on my table for weeks.
I did
I don't
not.
get mail.
You don't get
Comfortable.
mail?
Well, that's it's kind of nice.
I heard, and you can wash it?
I don't know.
It's
Probably.
fabric. I'm sure you can.
Oh, I got a message. I got a public service announcement to make. When you do this, it means you're not wearing a mask.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if you do this and you don't do this, you know what? Bring it up high on your nose so it doesn't fall off your nose.
Hashtag mask me is all I can tell you.
Well, hashtag is I wear it because I care.
You know what mask me is?
It's like acne.
Mask acne, yes.
Yeah, but if you clean the area thoroughly, you will get less. Not
That
you're
is the
gonna,
key.
yeah, you gotta clean. Well, you gotta wash your hands. But we wear it because we care. That's the new theme.
100%.
Isn't that funny? Somebody called me and said, if you don't wear it correctly, don't wear it. How you like that?
Well, that wasn't really nice. I'm just saying, you just have to educate.
No, they're saying it to let people know.
Yes,
because
nose and mouth.
there's
should be
even
covered.
politicians that wear it incorrectly on the air.
Nose and mouth should be covered. 100%.
Now, end of the Ave, I was telling you, I met them.
Yes.
They were there. I ran into them. I ran into a couple other Dignity Memorial. I ran into Wayne. I ran into different people doing things about town. I even ran into somebody who asked me not to say anything at the beach. So hello, somebody, friend of the show as well. I guess I don't want anybody to know they're at the beach. So how you doing? And the funny thing is about a beach, if there's people on the beach and you spend all your time in the water and you get burnt like this, you're away from everybody. All you gotta do is walk through, and then you wear your mask when you're walking through. It's the funniest thing to watch a person on the beach with a mask. Glasses and a hat. They don't know me. I'm like a mystery man.
Let us know how your weekend was. Have a wonderful Monday, everyone. Tune in at 11 o'clock. We've got BYOB. We've got great guests. We've got Bridget Home is hosting the show, and she's got a great guest coming too. And 11:30, we've got Fuego. 12 o'clock.
And
Well,
say
I don't know
and
what we're
again.
doing. And I don't know. We're doing it at 12 o'clock. We're
And-
going to find out.
And Dawn is gonna learn you can wear gloves to the supermarket and remove your I'm afraid to go shopping in public. You can't be. You gotta be
The other
smart.
part was if you don't have a cart, you can't get a lot, which means you're not going to stay for very long. So that was the other thought in my mind.
Oh, so psychologically you're doing.
Psychologically, in and out.
Look who's here.
Someone must be here that Val's happy to
It's
see.
the world famous Kelsey,
Ah, very nice. Good morning.
and she has her
And
red
she's
mask.
got the red mask too.
What's on the front of the mask?
Combat COVID.
Combat COVID, Palm Beach County.
You see, that mask fits you nice. It does. It covers right below your eyes. It is the proper way of wearing a mask. If your nose gets exposed, then it's not working. But
Any part of it?
no, if it's like this,
Oh, yeah.
which is the most ridiculous thing I didn't even realize. But they were saying, don't wear it that way, keep it this way. And numbers were down yesterday. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. 3,700 cases only yesterday. That is less.
That is about half.
That is less than we've had in 2 months.
Congratulations. Have a great morning, everyone. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Let us know what motivates you on a Monday morning. And stay tuned. We'll see you in a little bit.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save her. Ooh, your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors.